Hello, welcome back. So I've been taking Escape from Tarkov a little slower because I want to enjoy it, and I also don't want to play in the first days when everyone is rushing objectives and everyone is just running like headless chickens everywhere. Anyway, we are past that. So I also upgraded my account to Gamma, so let's see what is the difference. Well, the difference is huge because if you saw the first episode of the Let's Play, even though it's more like my experience with Tarkov, as you can see, it's kind of like double your inventory space, but I would say it's more than double. I don't know the exact numbers, but hey, look at that. I have so much space and already filled it up. Says the gamma. I'll not speak about the gamma because this is clearly supposed to be pay to win, more or less. If this was only 4 slots, this is all I could fit in it, but look at this. So what can you fit in it? A lot more. Also, what do you get? You also get a few extra items, and maybe you're wondering, well, what's the big deal? What's so special about them? You just get a few guns and a few armors and a few items. No, it's not like that. Just look at what you get. Beyond the guns and the armors, which the other things, they don't really matter, you also get a lot of things for your gamma container, like Propital, IFACs, which are super important to have, and of course you can just loot a lot of things, put them in your gamma, and you'll still have enough space for healing. Also get euros, 500 euros, $1,000, which is immensely helpful in the beginning of the game, plus the aluminium splints, which are again an item you will use a lot, and you can just put them in your gamma container. But this is not all you'll be getting, so as you can see we have 3 IFACs over here, but also 4 AFACs, also CMS kits, which are very hard to get in the beginning of the game until you unlock the survival kits and some of the other stuff later. And of course a few grenades, that doesn't really matter, but again, it's just the utility that you get. You basically will have no more problems with healing in the beginning of the game. You can also put a grizzly in the gamma. You'll also get a few cool guns that they're not so important, but again, it's just extra on top of what you get from the Christmas pack, you get from the Age of Darkness edition, plus all of the other items, also some food and some other stuff. And of course, you don't have to invest in the hideout anymore, because those slots that you can get through normal gameplay, but what? That's 20 hours of grinding and farming just for that or more? I guess it depends on how people view things, because some people say it's game advantage, but look at this, it's maxed out, 10 to 68. What all of this does is basically give you about 30 to 40 to even 50 hours of basically, I don't know, free time. So basically it cuts your farming time by about 50 hours in the beginning of the game, plus the ability to get items and put items in the gamma container and use them in raid, or I don't know, the quests are all much easier and so on. So yeah, it's never going to be fair in my opinion. I think the one way they could solve the problem with the gamma containers is that the gamma containers and the other bonuses from the Age of Darkness edition should be available to players only after the first week. I don't know, maybe some people say they should be available to players after the first 2 weeks, but I don't think BSG will ever allow something like that. So maybe if they just make the gamma containers only available after 1 week of playtime, then you just get the package with everything after a week of playtime, it will be much more fair, because in the beginning of the game you'll find people that are playing the game like it's endgame, just because of all of these advantages that I mentioned, they showed, and again, they just snowball out of control because they'll do all of their tasks, all of their quests, and they'll have, of course, increased relationship with the traders, because that's another major bonus. As you can see, my relationship with the traders or reputation is much higher than it normally would be. So I'll be getting Jaeger items at 1 level earlier than the rest of the people, and that might mean again another 20 hours of non-grinding. Again, it depends on how you play the game, and I don't know, a lot of people disagree with me, but basically Age of Darkness edition gives you 100 hours of grinding and farming, because if you add that, I don't know, if you add the average quest time for some quests and from the reputation, if you just do a little bit of math, you'll see that it's about 100 hours or sometimes more, depending on what kind of player you are. Because some people never play with their scav, they only play with their PMC. Wow, great scav. And as you can see, so far I've played only with my PNC to make some quests, to solve some quests in the beginning of the game, especially Ground Zero, and it was a horrible experience. I mostly wanted to do the quest and I had a lot of bad luck. And then I played with the scav, and as you can see, yeah, the scav really filled up my inventory. So now I basically have no problems with the inventory, just because I'm such a good scav player. Well, not a good scav player, but efficient. I know when to loot, I know when to extract, I know where to go. We'll speak about how I looted with my scav a little later, but basically everything you see over here is thanks to the scav, mostly, because I make money with the scav, I lose money with the PMC. So let's see what tasks we have, and then maybe we'll play with the scav. I'll have to arrange all of my inventory at some point, but usually, like I said, I'll just have to lose a lot of stuff. I have MP133, scavs with a thorax and stomach shot, Salevas, fire, those 106, surviving Streets of Tarkov. I don't know why I accepted this one, I was not looking at it. I don't know how to play it. Streets, well, I'm not mentally ready for woods. I can get a battery. I'll make the MP133 later. Okay. I guess it has to be customs, more or less. Next to the items. This will be very, very bad because people are already pretty high tier, high gear and so on. So I'll probably just die. But my main goal of the game in the beginning is to just get a lot of loot, level up my character's skills, my PMC skills, level up the hideout as much as I can, and only then I mostly start to play for seriously with my PMC, because I find myself that I get stuck on certain quests. So if you play the slow game, you'll probably end up playing for 20 minutes and dying in the end, or just, I don't know, failing a quest. I just prefer to kind of bum rush a quest. Also, I played most of the time solo, except for when I was playing with some clans on Discord. That was a fun time, but I guarantee you it's not as efficient as it sounds. The best way to play the game is with a friend that doesn't mind if you die, if he dies, and so on. I've been watching a streamer that plays with a friend, and it's amazing. I wish I could play like that, but I just don't have anyone who wants to play Escape from Tarkov that much at this level and doesn't get upset. Because, I don't know, it seems like on the internet you'll find mostly the same type of Tarkov players, but believe me, once you start to go on Discord and play with them, they are all so different. For example, I remember playing with a guy that made... If he played 60 seconds, 10 seconds he would move, and that's it. So 60 seconds, only 10 seconds he would move, and the rest of the time he would spend looking, watching, hearing, adjusting the times, looking at the map on his seconds. I don't know, he just didn't really play the game. He just played it in such a way that was nonsensical to me, but it worked for him, and that's how we like to play it. I also played with another player that just wanted to have basically kill montages or just be very good at the game, and he was very good at the game. That was not the problem, but he was playing the way in such a Call of Duty way that he would end up dying midway to the raid. Even though he killed a lot of people, a lot of scavs and players, he will die somehow, some way, after about 10 to 15 minutes. So he was basically losing a lot of gear, and when I was playing with that guy, I needed to get good gear with him as well. I don't know, there are a lot of types of players. Also, when I played with two other people, when you got into raid, everyone should have had silencers, and they didn't play with anyone that didn't have silencers. Why? That was their playstyle. Everyone plays with silencers and a lot of gear. Doesn't matter if you had an AK, it had to have a silencer. And so on. The examples can continue for a very, very long time. And that's why, I don't know, I think the developers of Tarkov are doing a great job at the same time, but they're also missing kind of like the point of the game. They're trying to cater the game to multiplayer and party people, but it's not going to work. I think Tarkov is best enjoyed solo or with a friend, duo. And I don't know, it's been a hot topic for a very, very long time, but I really think they should simply not allow players or give players the choice of playing on solo and duo mode, while the other player, if they want to play in a team, they can play with a team as well. What do I mean by this? Well, it could be simply, the simplest way to implement this, it will be to have solo or duos only spawn. Okay, let's say like this. Solo players should only spawn adjacent to solo players if an adjacent spawn is activated. Duo or trio players should only spawn to duo or trio if it's possible. So that's the whole idea. I think developers should really focus on making the game more fair for the people, because if you stack, let's say, game experience on top of playing always with an experienced party, on top of it playing with, of course, the Edge of Darkness, on top of playing, I don't know, you cannot make a game like this an MMO. Tarkov is an MMO. Of course it is, and it will be much more obvious it's an MMO once they develop the game and fully finish it. Fully develop it. Because they want to keep the wipes, but they also want to keep a permanent progression, and that will be obvious. So how can you say a game is fair if some people have the same progress in 100 hours like other people have the progress in 1000 hours? And that's the problem. Some people just not have 1000 hours available to grind as much as 100 hours for the other players. They have the Sherpa programs and some other stuff, streamers and loot drops, but again, it doesn't really matter. I think the developers should try to make the game a little more fair. And the latest changes to recoil actually did that, so that's why I started playing the game, because the latest changes to recoil made the game a lot more fair, because recoil is better all over the place and all of the guns feel pretty good to use right now. Of course, it still matters what gun you have, what ammo you have, but mostly it's just much better balance for the... Okay, I'll just call them veterans versus... but it's not veteran. When I say veteran, it's someone who has Age of Darkness edition. Okay, let's see how fast you can die. Again, I'm very rusty. I didn't play with my PMC after doing ground zero. I don't like this place. So basically, when I spawn here, I probably am forced to push forward a little bit to get my scav kills, maybe. My skills are very low, so I can barely do anything in the beginning. Also, don't have any keys. Again, you just cannot play the game in a certain method in the beginning of the game. You have to play the game at a very low intensity. I guess they don't have the stashes over here anymore. Okay, let's wait a little bit and then we'll go up. No scares. That's very weird. This is a very bad position, but I like to loot this thing. See? Gamma. I already made about, what, 15,000 rubles, 20,000 rubles. And all I did was just loot a simple box. I'm also not a big fan of picking. That scared me. Okay, so I'm just trying to level up, get back into the game, not be afraid of dying again. Yeah, I shouldn't have went there, but again, I just don't like to waste time like this. And that's the whole idea. I was attacked by a squad and I know I would have died. Okay, a little edit and we'll be back with the PMC. I have this one. So that's how Tarkov is. Usually you get lucky, you have a very good raid. Usually you get unlucky, you have a very bad one. But for a solo player, it's always going to be a lot of bad raids. Confuse the other players. I know how to camp. I am pretty much expert camper because I died a lot to them. That's not why I'm playing. I'm playing to have fun. So that raid I made enough money to justify the expenses. There's no quests. I have no idea what key is that. I have to loot a lot of drawers because I also need the keys. So beyond working on my character, on his stats, I need keys. Need that for a quest. I don't really care. And then we'll play with the scav. Not much to loot on the second floor, but as you can see I'm trying to play it safer. Oh, I need the bolts as well. A very bad feeling I could get shot from here, so let's not go over there. Cereal, we need to eat. Need the saliva as well for another quest. Okay, that's how the game's played. Oh, we need morphine as well. Somehow with the gamma everything becomes much better, and even a player like me who's very out of practice can become somewhat competent at his job. Do I need this for something else? I don't think so. Take it. Let's camp here for a little bit and then I'll leave. I think the best camping place is near the stairs, because here if someone opens the door I'm dead. Who's there? But if you can go into the office. I'm not trying to explain the game, I'm mostly speaking to myself right now. Again, there are many people who know how to play the game exceptionally well and people who don't know how to play the game very well. So again, just for the people who don't know how to play the game very well. Make that little sound when you turn to look at the door.
Эй, земляк, мы стрелять не хотим, мы так наблюдаем.
What was that? The scav opened the door and ran away? I've never seen that happen.
Вот он!
That felt like he could take too much damage. I still have to fix this, so you... Oh, it canceled my healing, interesting. What was up with that scav? I don't get it. What was the weirdest thing? You opened the door and left? Was that... Oh, it could have been a player. He held as a scav. Anyway, we're seeing very interesting things today, yeah. The way that scav kind of appeared over there is also weird. Yeah, let's hit everything. So at least to get a few level ups to our skills. Got at that scav so many times. What kind of a scav is this? What? Can I remove this thing? The Daffy Duck mask was kind of annoying. I'm fully aware I can also get killed over here, but it's okay. It's okay, let's wait. See, this is much harder when you don't have to edit things, because people just play this and then edit it and put a voice over it and say, wow, we played so well. No, no, no. You are having fun, you are just making a video. And right now I'm having a little bit of fun and also making a video. What is it? This is another filthy streamer item. I have a feeling I might need it for later, so we'll just keep it over here, but I don't appreciate it. Those bullets, I don't know if only... I mean, I'm just looting items so I can get the experience for them. Old gas station. I guess I should go to the old gas station, even if it's for dangerous. I can take my... Again, I'm not sure what keys I need, what keys are good. That scare was super suspicious. Cigarettes are easier to... Yeah. Do you like the zipper closing after 5 seconds after you're done with it? I don't like it either. I have enough money. The cat is useful. Lion? Wait, the dollars. Not going to need the cat's eye. It's bigger than that. Game is a joke sometimes. Why am I getting so much lag right now? I guess we can do without the filter. And the mask. Okay, we have a cat and a lion. Okay, let's see how dangerous this will be. Probably very dangerous. Okay, so no scav sniper, nothing for here. Oh, my character cannot run at all. Not a very good idea at all, but we'll just have to play like this for a while. Calm and confident. Wasn't there a stash somewhere around here? Probably. Also, the dynamic stash system is very, very good, but also very bad at the same time. Not bad. Well, if I get killed, I get killed. Just going that way. Same as mine. Yeah, there was a stash over there as well. Now, I don't necessarily want to get out, but I do have a lot of interesting loot with me, so we can, why not? Doesn't seem like it's open. Oh well. What annoying when you have to do something like this. Yeah, artificial limitation. You cannot put the... I shouldn't have thrown away my weapon. Yeah, just campers. So I saw that the guy over there probably had a friend or something. So the Tarkov experience, no matter how good you play, how careful you are, you just have to spend a lot of time playing it. Yes. That's the whole problem. Why I don't really recommend the game to other people. It's a great game, but as you can see, it's completely ruined by the player base, which forces you to play a certain way, especially if you are solo, especially in the beginning, if you are in the beginning of the game. I should have steered clear of this area, so I know very well I shouldn't be at all gas station, I shouldn't be at the other gas station, I shouldn't be... That's kind of it on this map. So the gas stations you always have to avoid because people will always scam them. And I think there were two people. That guy couldn't have killed me that from there. And this is the second time I get killed by... Well, I guess I should have looked at who shot me, but... Anyway, doesn't matter. Also have to play the game with the open wiki. Another problem. They should just make an in-game wiki at this point. And that doesn't count as in raid. Oh, great. How I love this game. Okay, look at his gear. His gear is basically set to kill players on wood. This is the perfect gear to kill players on wood. I have it with my scav. Okay, my first goal is to escape from this area as soon as possible. This is the danger zone. And this was looted already. Again, there's no reason to play it safe and slow. I've been playing the game for 50 minutes right now, and all I did is die 2 times on my PMC. Which is crazy, because in an hour you can basically get no progress done. So this is the only game where in an hour you actually lose progress. Wow. Again, I'm not complaining. I just hope the developers make this a little better for players in the future. And they finally have to fix the economy, but to fix the economy, it means they have to nerf the Edge of Darkness edition players. And I think that's why they don't fix the economy either, because if they make the economy more scarce, meaning you find less items, less valuable items, less interesting loot, the EOD edition players will just feel overbearing on the rest of the normal players, and then the game will feel like pay to win. So again, they don't fix the game, the economy, just because the Age of the Darkness edition players are an unfixable problem. Anyway, that's my own opinion. Probably a lot of people disagree. And they're probably right in a way, sometimes. But I can just say the single player experience is just as bad as it was. And that the game is not as interesting as it might have been. I don't know. If the developers would make the game into a true MMO with survival, with less items, less guns, or let's say less powerful guns like we have right now. And of course no EOD additions, then I would say the game is fairly balanced and the only difference would be the skill of the players, but even so. But even so, it's pretty hard to balance a game like this, especially because they are instants. You have instant servers, so if you are on a map with a trio, you cannot escape that trio. No matter what you do, it will hinder you, it will annoy you, it will hunt you. Same goes for a very experienced duo. They've made the maps bigger, but I think this is as big as they can come. I always have a few problems finding that stash. Oh, it's supposed to be over here maybe? Yeah. My gun is absurdly long, that's why I'm having problems opening it.
Пожрать бы, конечно, вообще не помешало бы это.
I don't feel like engaging. Again, I feel like there's no point in killing players with the scav, because again, you're supposed to loot with the scav. You don't get any skill increases or benefits. I could have killed that guy for sure. No. Doesn't seem to be following me. Anyway, I can die without any problems. I have enough, but I don't have enough loot to make it worth it my time anyway. There are a few things to loot around the train over here as well, but I usually don't bother. I'm also trying to waste a little bit of time until the PMCs extract and the scalpers get enough loot. Okay, not going that way. It's a tricky mech. I think that guy was a PMC, but again, it's not worth it because as a scav, if you get a bleeding wound, you will die. You might not have enough medicine, you might not have enough healing items. Yeah, very smooth. I am pretty sure you can vault this. Maybe not. Okay, maybe next time. Okay, now we're in scav mode. Pretend to be a scav.
Сейчас брыгом крутим.
Sounds
Тут
clear.
бабам.
Player scav, okay, same as me. I'll let him alone. Again, you can just kill that guy and get all of his loot, but this is not the way. I'm also kind of role-playing the game, as you can see, for whatever it's worth.
Ха, ну чё, нормально?
Oh, they must have cleaned this place. Yeah, I don't think I'll find any loot over here because that guy is looting two-story and... Yeah. Yeah, that guy probably did a wonderful job at looting everything. Will not disturb him, that's a man at work. Yeah, no loot over here. In a way, this is a little better because this means I can have a little fun. So my only other location where I can loot is the factory area, but that's not perfect. Let me look at my loot. My loot says you are 4. Something tells me that's not a scav.
Опачки.
Anyway, doesn't matter. I don't really have enough loot to care. Yeah, exactly what I was expecting. I just don't care about all of these campers, all of these people who just wait until other people do their thing. I knew I should have run back to two-story and made it to the building and so on, but... what is even the point of wasting so much time? I mean, the loot you'll get is nothing, and I only wasted 10 minutes, so by playing the game 1 hour, I basically got nothing out of it. And that's exactly what I'm expecting from the game until I am better with my PMC, until I learn more skills, until I get better... I don't know, until I get better at the game in general. So yeah, don't be upset if you die, don't be upset if you don't have a lot of items, don't be upset at stuff like this. It's just people who are expert at camping. If you are a solo player, you'll just be camping most of the time. As you can see, I should have just run to two-story and I would have been perfectly safe and sound and I could have extracted, but if I don't have loot, I don't bother playing. Same as the PMC. if I am in a position where I cannot escape, I'll not lose 10 minutes just waiting there to have a chance at maybe escape. No, I just prefer to die, reset, do my tasks, do whatever I have to do, then go again. So yeah, that's my experience for about 5 hours. This is hour number 6 of the game for me. Was it fun? Not really. Is this the average experience? Yes. And keep in mind that I'm also a player that has experience in the game, played the maps, but just a lot of things change, and some of them have changed for the better, some of them have changed for the worst. See you next time. Bye bye.